Hi everybody, this is your friend Corey at Mighty Mushroom. Uh, hmm. Oh, there we go. Something bad's gonna happen. Oh, that was me not being smart, which happens a lot. I try to be smart, but man, it's hard to be smart all the time. Anyway, thanks for joining the Mighty Mushroom Show late night edition. Oh, wait, every night is late night edition. Anyway, I wanted to talk for a second about nonsense. And I just want to say that um, this whole space is just to communicate across. And if you like share negative opinions about anything and we don't like it, we're just going to ignore it and remove it. Like, if you want to be part of this, you can be. If you're going to be an asshole, like, we really are just going to probably ignore you. And you know, more people would probably like you and communicate with you if you weren't an asshole. Obviously, there's people with bigger followings who are definitely slightly unethical, but I don't really want to address any of that anymore. I just want to say um, everybody's welcome here to come and do their thing. Hi,
Hi, Corey.
what's going down?
Not much. What are you up to?
Okay. Oh, you know, just going live on the internet.
How was your Mother's Day?
It was great. I went for a walk. My Mother's Day. I took my wife for a walk in Mount Tabor, and then we went to Wayfinder Beer, and because she wanted to have beer and French fries, so I took her to have beer and French fries. And it was so hot today, right?
Oh my God. It was like, remember that one time we went to go get beer and French fries and it was like 1,000,000 degrees out and horrible? It's like that.
Yeah. It was like really hot, so my daughter got like all tired and like red, flushy face. And then I've been working myself to the bone, honestly, and like that I don't see that stopping for the next at least like 3 weeks. I just can't. There's no scenario where I get to where I want to be and I'm not working more than I should. Just at this moment, like I went through a cycle. Like I just went on vacation and stuff, so you know I did go through a cycle of. I mean, you know me, I'm always like working, but like there's times where I'm working really fucking hard, and there's some times where I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna set like a different pace.
And right now,
Me,
it's
I'm
not
always
that time where you get to not work hard.
now. Tonight, right now is a time where if like so adding the new employee, you know, it comes at there's risk to cash flow, you know, and every time you add somebody, like for me, in this in the state that I'm in, there can't be anybody who doesn't hey rising ground picker. There can't be anybody who doesn't pull their weight and add value. Maybe there'll never be a point where that is the case. It's like I can't have somebody who doesn't provide value to the company beyond just being there and doing something. You know, like I just can't accept it as part of like what we do, you know, for the market and the community. So um, um, where I don't know where I was going with that. I'm sorry. So yeah, there's people don't understand if you haven't like people can say, well, I hired somebody and they work for somebody else's company. That's different than hiring somebody who works at your company. It is.
Well, who's taking the money from your bank account, basically, right? Like,
Mhm. Well, I don't see the company's money as my bank account at all. I see the company as
your company's bank account.
yeah, yeah. But no money that the company like I take like a small salary to like pay my bills,
Right.
and everything else gets used to build connections with other people, buy inventory, support a staff, grow space. Uh, you know, I don't. I mean, I would love for this to grow to a point where I could basically hand the keys to somebody and take like a giant check. That'd be great for me. I'm not like, I love this business and building it and creating some like tools that make it work great, but like, and I do like working, but you know, if I could get to the point where somebody would, my business was worth like $8 million and somebody could offer me three and I could take it and like chill for 2 years and then come back and start something else, or 5 years or whatever, like I'd totally do that. You know, it's not, I just know I have to work hard now because it's like there is just so much to be done. And I'm a lot different than other people in business. Like they want to have their hands in every little basket and they really need to have this supervisory ability. I just want to know what's going on. And mostly, I don't want people to make decisions, um, like broader decisions that would affect the entire way that the company works without consulting me. Obviously, that's a big thing. But um, as long as things are working and protocols are being met, like I don't need to like pry into like everything that's happening. Like I would rather not do that.
Yeah, I think we all are that way, right? Like, but
No, no, no. So I've I've dealt with some like resellers.
oh, you mean like people who need to touch every part of their business? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
some of the new people.
I'm saying that like is something that's totally stops people from actually having a functional business. Like that, there's a difference between like being like having a hobby, a small
Well,
business,
that's what
but
I'm talking about, right? Like,
yeah,
okay, so I'm not. I'm like when I say like that phrase, like that's how it is or whatever. I'm not talking about like hobbyists or people who don't want growth or people who, well, they think they want growth but they don't actually want it, because unless you can like let go of tasks, you're not going to be able to grow.
yeah. You're also going to continuously be doing things that you don't want to be doing and you're not good at. So like we were talking before, and I was like, you know, for the last 3 years, I've tailored this, and I'm continuing to tailor it to what I'm good at, and I'm trying to like, I don't know if I'm the best leader of people. I think I'm really fair, and I think maybe my grandfather used to say, "No good deed goes unpunished,"
Yeah.
and you're certainly like in that category so many times. It's hilarious. Like we have this. If you don't know this, like Nicole and I have the same birthday. It's pretty funny. Uh, so
Yeah, I think that phrase definitely is a true one. It's a true phrase, that's for sure.
we definitely walk over some very similar landmines in our businesses.
What is your goals for this week? What are you doing this week?
Oh my God! Do you want me to pull up Asana and show you?
No, maybe. I don't know. I can't decide. How about you
did,
just tell me
did,
some of it?
did I show you Asana? Do you want to just take a look real quick at how like things, how what I'm doing and how I'm organizing things?
Yeah, show me.
Okay. Are you gonna actually look, or are you just gonna pretend?
No, I'm looking right now.
It just sounds like you're whining.
I was at my son all day.
How was your Mother's Day? Happy Mother's Day.
Hey, thanks. I have
Yeah.
kids. Yeah, it was good. We barbecued with some friends, but it was really hot, like you
Oh
said.
my gosh, it was so hot. Okay. So I am going to. My milkshake brings all the trolls to the yard. My milkshake is better than y'all's. Okay. Screen share. Application window. That's weird. Oh, good. Okay, that's great. Okay. So this is. Let's share this. Okay. So let's just go to our main. So this is the. We're just going to go to our main Asana. All right. So this is Asana, and this is just the general dashboard for Asana. Okay.
Mhm.
Can you see it? Oh, let me liven myself up here. All right. So I can't really see the chat right now, but I guess I don't really respond to it anyway. So maybe it doesn't matter. Okay. So Team Mighty One. Here's Team Mighty One. It's me, Corey Mighty, John, and a Mighty John at gmail.com, and Kezia, who is a Mighty Kezia at gmail.com. So they all have their little emails at Mighty Mushroom. And then we have all, since I'm the administrator, all projects are here, right? So you have ongoing projects, right? And then projects that are going to be completed and never come back again. So in order to organize between John and I, and for me to be able to do some other tasks while he's doing that and not have to ask a ton of questions and optimize our time a little bit, I'm going to familiarize Kazia with Mighty Mushroom, and I'm going to do these things. I'm going to highlight these things, and it kind of reminds me of like where I'm going and why. So I get to, like, when I check these off, you see this? Look, a bird just came out of nowhere. Anyway, we'll complete these, and then we can complete tasks. The great thing about this thing, and I'll show you, and the complexity of the task will increase here as I go through these. So this is just like your basic Cassius training is split into two parts. One is the familiarizer with what we do and how we do it, and then to kind of align with John, introduce himself, introduce her to how the inventory works, create a cleaning, like I really want a cleaning schedule for the office. So like after they introduce each other and she kind of gets a tour of how things go, like they will work out like a schedule to keep the office clean. And you see that's assigned to me. So, and if I take this task here, and I pull it up, right? It says Cassius training with John, create cleaning schedule. I can assign that to John, right? And I can have the due date as her first day. So at the end of the day, when he goes through his tasks or when he's looking at his tasks, and then we can add a due time to that as well, you see. So like, it's gonna give him a reminder at like noon that, hey, what's up with this task automatically. So I don't have to remind him. And I don't have to be like somebody like micromanaging somebody. But these are really important things. I think they need to introduce each other. So, and you can add comments. So like if we go into this task, you see there's a comment. So we go into there and it says, talk about anything for 5 minutes. Set a clock, 5 minutes each, whatever. We can edit the comment, make changes. And then I can make sure that we go through all of this stuff together, and then he has an idea of what they're doing together that day. So like, I want them to introduce each other. I want to introduce the inventory. I want a cleaning schedule. I want them to align their schedules so that everything gets done and they're mostly here at the same time. I really want them to be held accountable to each other, and I feel like it's my job to drive them to be accountable by being the most accountable possible. And to be able to do that, to be able to be accountable myself, I really need them to be accountable as well. So align those schedules together, then like take a 30-minute lunch together. Like I'll probably just like buy their lunch so they can go and have lunch together for 30 minutes, okay? And then produce eBay drafts. So I want John to verify that she can create, I want John to show her 5 listings basically, and then let Kasia create 5 eBay listings, right? I want her to do that. And he can like write comments in here about how things went. So within this subtask, within this task, I can add subtasks. I'm not going to do that right now. And then I want her, because she's done Poshmark before, I just want her to show John how Poshmark works in her opinion, so that we can replicate that process and see if it does work quickly, like ascertain her skill set, and built into that is her basically doing some teaching. So I kind of like that. What do we got? I'm headed on. Okay. Rob. Oh, we didn't post the link. Shoot. You still there? You're so quiet.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm like I like learn by just watching and listening. So.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going back. I just wanted to post the hangout there. Okay, so they'll teach each other and blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's just the first day of training. And I didn't do any other days because I wanted to see kind of how she went through that day. And she'll leave her first week. She has another gig that is it like starts at 3, like a nannying gig that starts at 3
Mm-hmm.
for like the next week. So I have some time after they're done during actual business hours to figure out what the next move is. So we have my tasks. This is where Kasia or John can assign tasks to me and ask me questions. So like if they have a question about something, they can literally just put it here, and it'll let, like, I'll get an alert saying I have a task from either one of them. And then, these tasks are automatically assigned. I can automatically make these assigned to me as they come in. You see? So because this task is mine completely, it should auto task me everything in here, even if they're unassigned. So they can put just as that the whole along with the accountability thing goes that kind of thing. So like a task can be an easy question because if she created it, you
can write a comment and respond, basically.
Yeah, she can be like, "What is a cheese nugget?" And I can be like, "A cheese nugget is a nugget of cheese," and then
Got it.
That's it. Do you like my example?
Yeah, that's a good example. I actually really like that. That's really cool, and I think there's a lot of ways that you can use that.
Oh, dude, there's so many ways. I would have died. Delivery dudes would have failed without this. At a point, like then things dissolved between my partner and I, and he wouldn't use it anymore, so I couldn't, and the company actually stopped growing and basically died. But yeah, so there's a lot of power in this. Okay, so this is John's tasks and goals. So I'm just gonna, these are actual tasks and goals. Yeah, it does. Reseller Mom Mastery. There's an app. The app isn't good for programming. It's just good for communicating through the app. So it's not good for assigning, multiple tasks. You can easily assign a single task, but setting up the structure, you don't want to do it on a phone. You want to do it on a computer. It's just much better.
How much does it cost to use?
$0.
Oh.
Yes, and then you can upgrade it if like Team Mighty One. Once I get to 5 team members, I can it's $6.25 a month, but I don't have 5 team members, so it's free. So you can manage up to 5 team members for no price. So it helps you scale up to the point. Yeah, it's free until you need to pay for it, which I think is a great business model because it's very smart because it locks you in, and it's like a no-brainer, like less than $10 a month. Come on, I spend that on like a drink in the morning sometimes.
Yeah, no, that's.
I'm not a money saver. I grow my business. So if you come from the money saver perspective, like you probably have a different perspective. But I'm just talking from my own perspective. I'm not saying that you should do that. That's not financial advice. Okay. So using Trello at the moment, don't like it. Use Kanban. You can use it to write year-end reviews of your employees as well. Okay, sorry. Okay, so these are John's tasks, and this is a daily task. And if you watch, if I complete it today, it should pop back up. See, and now it's due tomorrow. So he wasn't here today. So this is always today, right? These two are always today. It doesn't matter what day it is. It'll pop back up in a second.
Oh.
Yeah. So how is this one set up? This one is set up. So you can see, let me just show you. So like due date, you can set up how the due date recurs. So this repeats 1 day after completion. This one, and then I can go to this one. There's a weird bug. I didn't set it right. So repeats 2 days after completion. You see, like I made a mistake there. So it should repeat periodically 1 day after completion. So there's not multiple tasks for, there's not multiple. See, so this is tomorrow, and then watch. If I do this, it should still be tomorrow. You see?
Yeah.
And then it alerts me when these tasks are done. So these are like, you can see like this is a weekly goal, and it happens every Friday. So I don't want to complete this. So on Friday, this is going to be due, and John needs to supervise the completion of 225 new listings. Like that's what he needs to do to keep his job. Okay. In order to keep his job, he needs to provide me weekly supply order requests, even if there's nothing. Create a task for Corey about what to order, even if there's 0 items. He needs to audit 2 bin locations. So he needs to take 2 bin locations and audit those. And then tomorrow he's meeting with me at 3 on a task that this is because we're we're both on this, and it duplicates it to give it to both of us. So you're meeting with Corey, meeting with John, but we're both in the meeting, so it appears as on both levels. You can fix that, but it's not a big deal. I can just do that. But so these are his. So this is daily, and I don't think I assigned this as daily. So due date is the 14th. And you can add due times to, like I said, to send reminders and that kind of thing. So this appears, this is daily. Okay. All right. So I don't know if you can move these up. I don't remember. It's weird. Oh, yeah, you can. Okay, cool. I didn't want to do that. Let's do this. So, wow, that's weird. It should be due tomorrow. Due date? Tomorrow. Due. Set to repeat. Repeats 1 day after completion. Done. Okay. So I'm going to put this at the top.
Corey.
What's up, dude?
I missed you, bro.
I know. Are you drinking Fireball again?
No. Not yet.
How'd you feel the next morning? So, Rob, I'm doing some like task software, like team tasking software stuff. So, welcome on board. I'm going to continue doing this though for a minute. I know it's boring, but
I know it looks like homework. I'm like, oh man, if I wanted to do homework, I'd go back to school.
Okay. So you don't at least find it slightly interesting?
Oh, can I show you my shoes first?
No. I'm going to finish this and then you can play all you want. But I got to get this work done. Just be quiet for a second.
I know you like them.
I know, I'll like them. But let me finish this and then we'll do that. Okay?
Okay, Daddy.
That's why I run this show, so I can say stuff like that. Okay. So, so weekly on Tuesdays, so that we can get it by Friday. On Tuesday, and he's really busy on Monday. So on Tuesday, he's going to send me those tasks. And when he does that, it's gonna recur, and I want that to recur. So repeats weekly on Tuesday. You can see that. And then on Friday, he needs to prove that 225 new listings were completed, and we're gonna work on figuring that out. But this whole thing about like shipping the whole day and not doing this other stuff, it's done. And this is the accountability tool to figure that out. Right.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. That it's like right there, they know exactly what they expected, all that good stuff.
Yep. So Kezia's only daily goal is to right now to provide 45 new sales drafts, and then she'll have some cleaning responsibilities in the office too, which will show up here, right, in her team tasks.
Yeah, no, I like it.
I'll have to make them here. They're not going to automatically just pop in there, obviously, because they don't exist. But we will throw in some team tasks, and then she will. Yeah, that's it. So do that, and it should. Okay. It should be. Totally sounds drunk. It's Rob drunk again.
Ugh, right. Cleaning. Ugh.
Get out of here. Okay. Team conversations, team calendars. You can set up like meetings and all kinds of stuff. And you can see like all the tasks are oriented by their timeline. Right?
That's really cool.
Yeah. See, like Keisha's coming on here. John's doing his regular job. Here's that supply request. These are going to fill. See these? All of these tasks right here, except for the ones that aren't recurring, are just going to pop up here, then here, then here, then here.
I mean, honestly, like I could even use this in like my mentorship group.
This would be amazing to use in your mentorship group because you can hold people accountable to say, you know, and you can monitor across. I guess monitor isn't the right word. It's like manage. You can manage so many more people if you can create yourself as the center of communication. And like I said, with John, it's easy to be that center because it's just him and me. Communications go from me to him. But now communications are going to be going from him to Kezia, Kezia to him to me to Kezia. You know, when I'm like, it creates a different type of matrix, just adding one other person.
Mm-hmm.
2 ways to 6 ways or more. Kezia and John to me, Kezia and I to John, John and I to Kezia. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to manage all of those communication
this
and
is so cool.
accountability.
I should have been using it with my mentorship group this whole time, and now I'm sad because I don't.
Well,
have
you know, you should have said, Corey, you want to show me how to use a song. Just kidding. You should have gone into time forward and known about it without any sort of.
I need like 5 people who want me to manage them for a month.
Oh, God. I mean, who would want to manage me? I am a wild card. Like, no one can manage me. I'm always successful in like pretty much everything I do compared to the people around me, but you can't manage me. Just sorry.
Right, well, I don't want anyone to manage me. I want to find people like that want me to help them set their goals because I'm the same as you and I'm pretty successful at whatever I set my mind out to be.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Where the hell is Kayla?
Where'd she go?
I don't know. Rob, what's going on? Show me these dumb shoes.
All right, so I gotta tell you you and your stories, man. So I told you I've been for like the last 2 months. I've been working with that woman who has a thrift store. I want to rent her basement to try to transition. You remember the whole story?
I was gonna rent a basement, and we were gonna talk. We're gonna start an illegal sausage factory down there. You know, man, you could get sausage. Scrap meats. You could get scrap meats for pennies on the dollar.
No sausage. But so anyway, I was down. She texted me, which is good because you always want them to text you when they want you. So she texted me. I said, "All right, I'm gonna come down and talk to you." Blah blah blah. So we kind of were nailing down a number on how much for the basement, whatever it is.
Okay, dude. Like, what? What's the point of the story? You're killing me.
I'm just laying out the background,
dude. There's not that much background.
So listen. So then what happens is
I can't listen to those stories. I want to pay attention to what you're saying, but I just drift off into space.
Okay. All right.
Like, what happened?
So then, when I'm in the store, I see these shoes that she had on the shelf. Right? And I know you always love these Allen Edmonds, right?
Those Edmonds, those are sexy. Look at that gold.
Yep. So look, I got the bags. These are brand new.
Yeah, those are like $250, $300 shoes, huh?
4 pair. So what happens is,
you got 4 pair?
Them on the shelf. What?
You got 4 pair?
I got 4 pairs. So what happened was,
I'll give you $20 a pair.
Well, I asked her. I said, "Well, what do you want for these?" Because this is before because
I came keep down going. All right, what did you offer her for pair? What? Come on, let's go.
She just said, "Look, just split them and sell them, whatever you get, and split the money." Because whatever it is, it's going to be a lot more than she was going to get in the thrift store for them. So I said, "Okay, not a bad deal. 4 pairs."
How much?
So she said, "Sell them for whatever. We'll split the money." That's why I got to ask you how much.
Great. Well, show me the. Why do you need to ask me? You already know. Like,
I don't really sell. Honestly, I don't sell shoes. I sell suits. I don't sell shoes.
Can I? Is there any wear at the bottom at all? Does it look like somebody wore them ever even once?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't look like there's, like.
Can you back it up a little bit? Back it up. 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 Lower the shoe. 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 Lower. Keep lowering it. I'm looking at the glare through the heel.
Okay.
In the sole. The lower is perfect. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
new
look,
shoe. It is
brand
brand.
new.
It's brand new. It's definitely
And the
brand new.
yeah. So
Just don't
these
crease.
say, and
Try
they
not to.
kind of they have
Try
to be
not to.
newer. It says, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Try not to crease them in any fashion.
I know, like that's the thing. One of them. No, actually, that is the one that has a little.
Let
No,
me
this
see.
one doesn't.
Let me see.
So anyway,
Is there any like creasing of the leather on the front of the upper?
yeah, this is it.
Oh, but those appear to be like shell. I mean, those are really expensive leather shoes. That happens.
Yeah, these are the Byron. They even have the, that's what's good about Allen Edmonds. They have the name,
I
like
love that. Like, so I used to, for some reason, I never found Alan Edmonds, and I told myself, and it's weird. I had a dream about it. I was like, I'm just gonna find Alan Edmonds from now on, wherever I go. And last year I found like 3 pairs, and this year I've already found like 150 pairs.
it's weird that happens. Somebody talks about it, and then all of a sudden they're all over the place, and you're just grabbing
Dude,
them.
I have been on a crazy air for Alan Edmonds, and they're just everywhere around me. I found 12 in a single house. 12 pairs. Now, none of them were. There was one new pair, okay, and they wanted like $8 for the used ones, and then like $85 for the new ones, and they just weren't. They were cool and they were new, but they were like the style wasn't what I would think that would get
For the
more than
new, you mean
100.
for the used or the new?
New ones. They wanted $8 for the new one, the used ones, and
Yeah.
$85 for the new ones, which is not a bad price for the new ones. But they were like loafers that I usually sell used for around 40.
With tassel
35.
loafers or something like that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
something
they're
that
not.
wasn't
Yeah,
like,
that's
or
funny.
like,
Shoes for sure. They have to be the right style. They have to be the right. Like this
dude,
doesn't have the.
cap toe Allen Edmonds, like you're showing me, are highly in style, especially if they have like the dots across it, if they're like partial wingtip kind of
Yeah.
like things going on. I don't know
Yeah,
what you
these are the
call it.
Park Avenues.
Yeah. How much are New Park Avenues? Sounds
I
expensive.
guess these are backup laces. Or did these even have the laces in? I don't even know. All I know is that she gave me the boxes.
What color and size are they, Rob?
9.5, I think.
And they're new with the box?
Yeah, 9.5. Yeah, these are brand new, and I got 2 more other pairs in the other room.
I mean, they sell for around 250 to 400 depending on lots of different
Even on
conditions.
eBay, not on the store?
Even on eBay, yeah, dude. These there's some like you have right here. The Park Avenues, $299.99. They made Park Avenues. Oh, Madison Parks. Madison Parks are sick. Yeah, dude, those Fifth Avenues are sweet. I mean, there's some like if they're cognac colored, which is like highly in fashion, they can
Yeah, I
sell
think
up
I
to
have. I'm not sure if they're
500. They can sell up to 500, even more.
Mingia.
Yeah, bro. What are
But
they?
now do you
Is there
measure? You
any?
said you measure
Hold on one
shoes?
second. No, I use Alan Edmonds is very clear about the sizing. I don't measure shoes. I mean,
Yeah.
it just doesn't make any difference. Shoes get returned, dude. I've sold like 10 pairs of shoes on Amazon and like 3 pairs have been returned. And they're
Yeah,
all
well,
new.
Amazon, forget about it. Like literally,
I get
forget
returns
about
on
it.
shoes on eBay all the time. But I charge a restocking fee and they have to pay the return shipping. And I hold the customer to that.
Yeah, and I had a store.
I do
you do
offer.
restocking now?
I always have on shoes. Okay, because
Okay. I remember you saying
here's
something
the thing
because I have a
about shoes.
restocking story for you. I was gonna call
Anything
Nicole or
that has a
Kayla.
high return rate, you need to have a restocking fee on. You need a restocking fee on any sort of used things, I think.
I was gonna actually, but I hadn't seen you. You were away, and then I was gonna bother Kayla or Nicole, but they were, I didn't feel like bothering them.
Well, you
I
can
had
only
a
bother me on
a
this channel.
dilemma, right?
You always have a
So,
dilemma. Your life is a dilemma.
so I had this beautiful, beautiful Polo Ralph Lauren distressed leather jacket, really in style, right? Beautiful. The guy buys it. I sold it for like $1.25. Okay.
That's cool.
Anyway, guy, I get the thing back. I get the message, doesn't fit. Okay, whatever. So I give him this with the restocking. He whatever. He comes, he brings it back. I get it, the jacket back. Of course, the guy's from California. So what does that mean? The jacket comes back. It smells like reefer. I was like, mother.
Did you just say reefer? Oh my god. I can't believe you just said reefer. Anyway, you know what? Like, you can actually charge them way more than their stocking fee for that. And eBay will protect you, especially if you have the concierge service, obviously.
But the guy bought other stuff from me. You know what it was?
You know what? It's your
I have
business.
very sensitive nose.
Yeah, I know. But what you're saying is, like, is it worth it to make a big deal out of a single order if you're going to do 100,000, 150,000 in sales by not doing that instead of doing 75? You know, dealing with the bullshit. This is business. We all have high profit margins, much higher than the market around us. And you know, if you're intelligent and you pick the right products, you can have very, very good profit margins and you can grow your business. But we're fortunate to be able to take those losses because you might pay $10 for a jacket that you sell for $125.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah, this one I paid up a little bit. I paid like $50 for it.
Still.
But so what I did was when I relisted it because I knew it was a hot item, right? I mean, of course, I could have probably waited till fall, but whatever. You know, you want to make the money now.
So what happens money.
So, of course, it sells within another week. You know, I relist, and I let the jacket sit outside. You know, the jacket it didn't smell terrible, but it had a little hint. But I just got my feedback from the guy who just bought it. The new buyer. You know, he's like, "Oh, jacket is dope. Jacket is mint. All the when you get those feedbacks where like over embellished, over
He was happy. What's wrong with being happy? Like, I love happy customers.
Oh, I love it more than anything. But I was just laughing, and like meanwhile, I was sitting there thinking, like, should I message this guy ahead of time? And be like, oh, by the way, the jacket has a little hint to it.
I mean, you should disclose everything that you can if it matters. Not everything really matters. I think there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you don't want to scare the customer either. Be like, oh, by the way, it smells
yeah, you
like
don't want to
reefer.
alert somebody to something that doesn't matter because it's like that's a jacket has fine reefer smell. Comes
vintage.
Comes with vintage reefer patch. You're ridiculous, Rob. Can I just tell you that you're ridiculous?
Where's Nicole? Is she sleeping with her eyes open?
No, setting up a sauna.
Sauna?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
If you want to do it live, I can help you. Look at this copper bowl. Oh my god, this estate sale is sick.
I don't know if I want to do it live.
Okay, you don't have to.
Only because I just don't know if I want the world to see everyone's like path.
I'm sorry. It's cool. It's cool. If you have a question, let me know.
You shouldn't be sorry. You should be like, oh my god, I told you so, because this is amazing.
I mean, I already told you that I told you so before I did this. Remember?
I know.
I'm really good at telling you I told you so, right? That's like, I was saying, like, Rob, all of my life, people don't really like me in general. And somebody who didn't like me, I asked them why they didn't like me, and they said it was because I was happy all the time. Somebody actually told me that.
Oh my god. Wait, really?
Yes!
Oh, look who's here.
Kayla doesn't like me. Kayla, why don't you like me?
Oh, I have to. That's a long list.
3 examples. Now.
I don't dislike you.
You liar. I love you, Kayla. Welcome to the Mighty Mushroom and Kayla show. And Nicole is here. And Rob is drinking whiskey, and he was totally lying.
No, not tonight. Not tonight.
I just saw it. You just lifted it up.
I was just sniffing it. I was like, but I don't.
Dude.
Rob, do you need an intervention?
I know. Dump that shit down the toilet.
The turlet? No.
Yeah, dump that shit
we need to have a talk about appropriate alcohol usage.
Good buying, okay.
I gotta get some.
Okay. Okay.
What did I miss on this last show that you guys keep talking about?
Oh, it was something.
What did we? I don't even remember. I just remember it being like, "Wow, that was so fun and funny."
Rob was so incredibly drunk.
That was great.
It was like a slow burn too. Like he started off like not too bad, and then I realized about 3/4 into the show that like he's slurring his speech.
Yeah,
He can't even get like we have the typical like let me ask you a question, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Except he would say it like 7 times in a row. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Big Corey, let me ask you a question.
Let me ask you a question.
It was
Chloe,
great.
see how they treat me over here?
I know. They just
Was
treat
any
like,
of that a lie?
no.
Well, I got to go back and watch it. So
It's funny. I listened to it and I had to stop listening to it because it was so funny.
did you get a lot of views?
I don't care, dude. Do you think I care about views?
It's not monetized.
I do this show for you, Rob. Actually,
I don't give a damn about a Grammy.
I don't give a damn about a Grammy, son. I do this show for you, Rob.
Now, is that girl in the chat? Ashley, right?
I'm amazed that you remember her name.
Ansley?
Ashley.
Who's Ashley? Oh, Ashley. Yeah, she was on. I don't really remember.
Because we were talking about.
Oh,
see, I remember.
Disney. Was it the Disney thing where we were like, just get out there and do it?
You're like, just go. Just
like,
forget about it. Get in your car.
Yeah,
drive.
like right now, put the keys go in the slot and you go. Oh,
hey, no, leave now. I don't care. Leave now. Get the number. Get to be number 1 or 2. Get there early.
I wonder if
go
she
now.
went. I don't think she went. I'm following her on Instagram now, and I didn't see anything about it.
Well, we'll never know. Anyway, maybe next time she'll have the confidence to go. It's okay.
Who else is in the chat?
You can. You got to make the decisions about what's going on. Reseller Mom is there. Ryan and Grind Picker. Nobody really watches the show anymore because I don't do it at 9 o'clock anymore, really, because it's just too early. I'm sorry. Sorry, world.
Do you talk to Thrift Shop Hustler or no? You don't talk to him
He
anymore?
kind of fell off my radar for a while. I really like the guy. And I always invite him when we do the show. His little open forum thing kind of inspired this because he only did it for a little while during a specific night. So I wanted to kind of expand that in a way that I could. I don't really like. I mean, I'm too lazy to have something that's really moderated. I like the whole like stories thing where somebody comes on. Kayla and I or somebody else interview them, they tell their story, and then we open the forum so that they can be a part of it. I really like that format. That's how this was supposed to start, but I'm just too lazy to go track people down.
Like it raw. You like it? I like it raw. Right?
No, I mean, I want to be able to work and do some stuff and kind of have a reason in the evening to communicate too. So, I mean, just in the same way, I mean, now there's actual we have actual trolls now. It's really funny.
That's when you know you made it.
Yeah, so stupid. The stupidest. It's almost like a computer program to stupid made a response.
That's how you know when you made it. When you have trolls and people when people make videos bad mouthing you.
Yeah, computer.
That's how you know.
No, well, I mean, there are some people who are just assholes, and
don't you have better time to make a video saying, "Oh, Mighty Mushroom, he sucks. He's a shill."
Yeah, you know me. I'm just a guy who does a free YouTube channel in the evening. I must be some kind of song and dance snake salesman.
Snake Earl.
I'm constantly selling people things, right, Rob? I mean, I sell stuff to people every day, just on eBay, and if I had something else that was valuable to sell, I'd sell that too. And if people wanted to buy it, awesome. Fuck it. Seriously, this is a community forum. I'm not a great community organizer, but I think it provides value to the people who are involved. So that's why I keep doing it. And I like to make fun of Kayla. Well, actually, I never make fun of Kayla. Ever. I make fun of everyone else but Kayla.
I'm very kind.
Yeah, well, it's because
I'm not deserving of ridicule. I think you make fun of me in private, just not on the videos.
Not publicly, I guess.
You give me a lot of shit in text messages.
Yeah. But I also, I don't know. I don't know. I pretty much give everybody else shit, but yeah. I'm gonna have to ponder upon that.
Think about it. Get back to me.
Yeah, hurry up.
I mean,
take your time. Hurry up.
I mean, I give you the most shit because you have the most potential that's like wasted. Like,
Me?
Yes, that's why I give you the most shit. Like,
How much stuff have you gotten listed this week, Rob?
I don't give Kayla any shit because I really feel like she uses her potential in a way that's so effective, and it's
I've
just
been
hard
listening this week.
It's hard for me to like come up with something to like poke her with in that fashion.
I'll work less hard
to catch up to me.
Yeah, I'll catch up to Rob, or I'll slow down so Rob can catch up a little bit.
Yeah. I know.
Rob,
I gotta get back to my fighting weight.
You should actually take that as, most people would take that as an insult, but you should take that as a compliment because I'm actually saying that you have a lot of potential, and not everybody has potential. So, I mean, that is pretty cool, right?
Thank you.
I mean, it's also from me, and I'm not an expert or, I'm just some asshole who makes a show on the internet. So, like that nobody watches, according to Nicole.
You got how many subscribers you got? 500?
I don't even look. I haven't looked. I only look to see if there's troll comments to delete. That's the only thing. I mean, it's true. Now I'm like, all right, like, I just don't want people to like even think that we will allow that voice. Like, we're not even gonna argue with it because we're not even gonna allow it in the space, like in that fashion. If somebody wants to come live and for the record say what they want to say, do it.
Have at it, Hoss.
Yeah, we're all here. Like, you'll join in, right?
Hey, Rob.
Me? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Rise and Grind Picker in the chat says that Rob should do stand-up comedy.
Dude, it would be so
this
funny.
guy.
You would bore them to death, though. You'd need to get drunk first or something.
He's a Rise and Grind Picker. He's a guy. He's a nice guy. I talked about him a couple of times. I don't know how he even found this channel. I think I told him on his channel because he does live shows.
Oh, were you on his channel?
Yeah, he does lives.
Oh, awesome! Rise and Grind. Why don't you come live and hang out for a sec?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, dude.
Rise and Grind. What are you doing?
Name? And there's the link.
Shit. What?
Oh, I was saying there's the link if he wants to.
Yeah.
And
so he does some concert T-shirts. So anytime anybody wants to talk about concert shirts, I'll talk all day about concert shirts.
I am looking through estate sale stuff right now. Since Nicole, they're both being so quiet. I feel like I always talk when other people want to talk, and now no one's talking, so I have to.
Sorry, I'm like so like focused on this.
I love that you found something that maybe can like alleviate. I think that this addresses some of the, even though they don't seem like the main problems that you're having, they might be. Like central.
What are you doing, Nicole?
Accountability. Oh, you didn't see? We went through Asana and did some task assigning and project creation. Yeah, in Asana. We didn't create a project actually. We went through and like I showed like the process of how I set up a process cascade, and it sounds like Nicole figured out how to create a new project, right, Nicole?
Yeah, definitely, and
it's good. It's really cool. Like, I don't think it's great. It's not good for contractors, but it's perfect for employees. You really need, and it needs to be communication of more than two people. It's pointless if it's just two people. You can easily hold one other person accountable.
Yeah, I was watching when you were doing it the other night, and it seems really cool, but like the lady that I work with, she has like one job. So yeah, I don't really have much to manage. I'm like, here's this stuff. Yeah. Do the thing that you do with it, and then
Well, Nicole has some like major problems that need reorganization and accountability so that she can free herself up. It sounds like a little bit. So this might be a great tool. And the other project that you're working on, this could be a great way to like onboard people immediately. Like Kasia will never have the experience of not using Asana at Mighty Mushroom. That is invaluable to me. So I always knew I would use it. I just didn't know I'd use it this soon. I'm very nervous about payroll, by the way. Like, I'm very nervous. Like,
Payroll?
Yeah, having 2 employees now. Because like we need to ramp up by the end of summer and add 10,000 in sales, or I'm gonna be fucked.
I am nervous about payroll every other week.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Help me.
Like never not. Like, oh my god, wait, what? Oh.
Rise and Grind Pricker, what's up, man? Good image quality. I like the lighting that you have there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the lighting's not the greatest. I mean, I usually put a light box over here to kind of, circumvent that. But
no, I'm saying the quality of your image is really good.
Yeah. I use it's a C920. It's like the Logitech with the Carl Zeiss. What do you call it? Lens. So yeah, it's late at night. I'm not thinking too clearly.
Dude, it's okay. That's why we do this show, so we can like have some sort of clarity while we work. I don't know if you've seen previous shows, but basically we list or work on projects and just kind of chatter as we're working, so we're not.
I'll bust my chops.
Well, I
Give
mean,
a lot of crap to Rob.
Well, I mean,
I think everyone gives a lot of crap to Rob. So
no,
Well, then we're
only Corey.
Only Corey. Well, I mean, I actually really love Rob, so.
We wouldn't do it if we didn't like you.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
If we didn't like you, we would be extremely nice to you.
Yeah, probably.
I like Rob's stories. Rob has good stories.
Rob does have good stories. That's why
when he finally gets to the point, the stories are great.
I found this coat under the bridge.
No, but see, he's building up the animosity for the whole story, and then at the end, it's the punchline.
Well, I am so harebrained that I just lose track of what he's saying. It's my fault, not his. So introduce yourself. I want to welcome you to like the show and the community, and we're glad to have you here.
Awesome, yeah, definitely. So I'm a Rise and Grind Picker. I've been selling on eBay since 2005. 2005, 2006, off and on. I went pretty hard about 3 years ago, and I've stayed at it. Kind of building things up. I still work a full-time job, but I've worked in corporate retail management, mid-level retail management. So I have a lot of business knowledge about retail, basically stuff like that. So yeah.
Interesting. So you grind it out. How many listings do you have? Just curious, like doing it as a separate.
So right now I have a premium store. I have 311 actives.
That's impressive for like.
And I think last month I done almost 2,500 in net sales.
My cousin is a doctor. He's been on the show before, and he loves like reselling. His name is
yeah.
So he's a full-time doctor, and he does reselling, and he's very similar to you. He's going to do between 25 and 35,000 in sales this year.
That's good. That's really good.
And he stops at thrift stores and estate sales like often just on the way out, like on his way back home. He has like an hour commute. So on the way, there's several stores. So he just extends his commute, does what he likes. He loves like the hunt. And, he has a contractor who lists for him.
That's
so
awesome.
It's like a high school girl that's one of his associate, like somebody who works at the hospital. It's like her daughter.
That's awesome.
And she comes in and she'll bang out 50 listings. He'll give her $100 and she leaves.
Well, and that's what
I thought he's doing the listings. He says, "Wait, let me know when this guy stops bleeding. I got to do this listing. I'll come back." He stopped bleeding. All right, I'll be back.
Stick the enema up your ass. I gotta go put a shit.
But yeah, I and to be honest with you, like I never really thought eBay would be like something I would be into like I am now. Like I actually just filed my state and federal EIN papers to be like a legit business and reseller license and everything else in my state. So I'm ramping up actually quite a bit. So I probably put at least 30 to 40 hours a week into reselling and sourcing and listing.
Don't you have a job tomorrow? What are you doing up?
I'm up all the time, man. I don't sleep.
Yeah, I don't like sleeping that much, but it caught up to me today. I had to sleep I took a 3-hour nap during the day.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
No, I'm like aggro during the day. Like I am just, I have been polishing the pencil at both ends, definitely. Cool. And we have a serious. So we have to. So we like this week we moved John from the main inventory room into his own office. So we converted an office into the shipping office. So now it's not directly in the
so
inventory
he gets
room.
that whole space?
Yeah. So what we did is, actually, this is pretty cool because, and I'll show it. Maybe I'll show it tomorrow as we do it. Maybe as a live video. We're moving my office to the back office, and that'll be some staging. We'll do some staging in there in actual stacked bins of sorted materials. And because my job in the company is kind of sorting and doing that sort of thing right now, I'm going to integrate some of that into my own office. And then, I will deliver bins to Kasia to photograph, and then she will deliver them to John to put them on the shelf, and he will continue to do shipping. He'll do probably, he probably won't have time for listing, but there's certain things he loves to list, so I kind of like put those things for him to do, and like once a week he'll do some listings just because he really likes to do it.
That's awesome.
And it's nice to have a little bit of diversity in what you do.
I have a question for you real quick,
Sure.
though. Do you use like InkFrog or anything like that, or do you like give him like access to your eBay account or whatnot, and
So
just have him draft it or whatever?
Well, they don't have access to anything but the tools in the office. So I have
Gotcha.
We have 2 computers in the office that are constantly connected, obviously, to everything that's happening. And those can be used. Like Kasia doesn't have one yet, but she won't need one yet. So she's going to basically just literally be on a smartphone almost all the time.
Nice.
Walking around, having some places to chill. So this is what's, you haven't seen my office, so it's kind of cool. It's like a 30-foot by 15-foot room is our warehouse. And then off of that, it's an old Victorian house in Selwood, in Portland, and that's really cool. So it's in a prime retail location. So we're surrounded by like ice cream shops and coffee shops,
awesome.
and
the downtown kind of scene.
It's like an old micro downtown, and I'm like so stoked about this space, and I know I'm going to outgrow it, and it's going to suck, but we're going to see what happens. So off of that main room, there are 2 offices, and they have full sliding glass walls. Right? I mean, the entire wall is pretty much a sliding glass window from the floor to the ceiling. So you could totally open it up in the summer. That's awesome. And then there's a back deck that runs the 45-foot length of the building, and it's about 6 or 7 feet wide. So there's a huge back deck to like chill on. It's really an awesome space, and I really got it for
That's awesome.
Absolute steal. But so in those 2 offices, in one of the offices, we're actually going to convert it to inventory. So we're just going to stack more shelves in there. And then the front room office is going to become, you've seen the front office, right? Both of you. So that front office, all of that stuff, we've already moved it out. And then Monday after shipping, actually, I think John finished up on Friday. So he'll do shipping from that office tomorrow, I believe.
Wow. See, real estate is so cheap. See, I live in Illinois, and real estate is so cheap. And if I was a little bit farther in like net sales and stuff, and a little bit farther in my business, there's a space open in like a town 10 minutes from me in a downtown area. It's a smaller town, but it's surrounded by some pretty good sized cities, and it's like 35 grand. And it has a downstairs corner store and about a 3,000.
To buy it?
Yeah, to buy it, 35 grand. And it has a.
I can't even buy like a paving stone.
Wait, what's 35,000, bro?
It's a corner store in the next town over from me, and it's like the retail, like the bottom of it's retail, and the top of it's a full apartment that's about probably 2,500 square feet.
Yeah, they call him a taxpayer.
And so the corner store
taxpayer building. You got apartments upstairs, and you got the.
I can't hear you. I'll be right back though. Pardon me, folks.
What? It's in a small town.
Oh yeah, I mean, I live like where I live out in Illinois, I live about 2 hours from Chicago, and about 30 minutes from 30 minutes to an hour from almost every large city in Illinois. So it's near.
Well, what other large city is there in Illinois besides Chicago?
You got Bloomington, which it's about 10 minutes from there, about 15 minutes from there. And Bloomington is the home of the State Farm corporate headquarters. So it's a pretty decent sized town. I mean, it's probably like 115,000, 117,000.
Okay.
Dude, that is cheap.
Yeah. And so the bottom of it, the retail spot is a little smaller. It's probably only about 1,000 square feet, maybe about 1,500. But the upstairs is crazy big.
That's awesome. I'm sorry. I lost a thought there. So did I say this? We have an iPhone. Like, we have docks on the walls, basically. There's an iPhone 6, which has a 9 or 10 megapixel camera, which is very sufficient, and all the apps that we need. And then I have a Nokia 7, which has a 12.1 megapixel front.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then we have, we have a tripod that you can put a camera on. We have there's a lot of tools that I have that we don't use that often, but, they're valuable. But as far as like people logging in from their phones and stuff like that, I don't do that. Just because I want everything to be like on that same IP thing and not draw any ire.
Right. I've been kind of toying around the idea of like getting someone to list part-time for me.
You should.
Like 20, 30 listings a week, because that's really the only way you're going to grow a business is you kind of got to release some of the responsibility off on you.
Yep. You definitely do. And if you want to grow your business, you can't do it all yourself. I mean, I've tried it so many times doing everything myself, and it's just doesn't work that way. Now, I mean, my goal is to get to $1 million and stay there for a year. $1 million in sales and stay there for a year.
Yeah.
And like this year with both of them, I think I can get to 400,000.
That's good.
Yeah.
You just with you can't do it because there's only so much time in the day where you can source, list, and ship and everything. You just can't do it.
It's impossible. And you know what? Even if I could, I don't want to.
No, you would be shipping orders out all day long, and then you would be listing all night long.
Yeah, I used to do that. I did that for almost 2 years, dude. I worked from my basement like you are, and I would wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, start doing crap, do what I needed to do, hang out with the family from like 5 to 8 when my kid was back here, 5 to 9, and then I would go back to work until like 2 in the morning.
Yep.
I would list at night. And then I hired somebody, so they did all the listing, right? And then I did still everything else, like sourcing, shipping.
And it's still a lot.
Authorizing the drafts. That still took me forever.
Yeah.
I just took, like, shipping. It's only been a month since I put John in charge of shipping.
Have you had any real errors with it, or?
He hasn't misshipped a single item.
That's great.
That's good.
Yeah. And he's a little bit slow, but he packs things very meticulously. So we were talking about making some kind of like, if it's under this price, put it in a poly bag.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's not a bad thing, though. It could be worse. He could be not packing things.
No, you're right. The alternative is wrong, but I still think he could do it faster and still do it well.
Right.
So
Shane, I'm sorry.
What's up?
No, I was asking Shane, did you sell all those mailers yet?
No. I shipped out. I spent $500 total and bought. If I had to place it, I did a small inventory. I bought about 300 boxes full of bubble mailers, which equals out to probably about 80,000 bubble mailers.
Okay, like, you have my business. Like, what's up? Seriously, I need them like yesterday.
Definitely, yeah.
Let's tell me what you got.
So I got
sell me.
I have a list. I got a Give me a second. I'll pull it up.
I'm gonna start writing this down too.
Do it.
I really, really want to buy some from you. I really, really need some.
Yeah, I just shipped out like, oh man, like
They're so expensive.
900,
Like,
900 a day.
Give me a deal. Give me
Oh,
a
yeah.
deal. Nobody gives me a deal. Nobody gives Corey a deal. Corey puts out all the deals. I give everybody deals, but I never give.
Oh God.
Corey, listen, I know a guy. He's in Chicago. He's gonna hook you up. That's why his name is Chrome Dome Shane. All right, he's gonna hook you up.
Chicago. Over there.
All right. So here's what I got. So I got a 9.5 by 11.375. It's an AJ number 2. They're all made in the USA. It's a weatherproof air jacket bubble mailer.
Okay.
And I have depending on
how many do you have?
Oh, I have a lot. I mean, probably like a good 100 boxes or more, 100 cases. They come in cases of 100.
They come in cases of 100, and you have 100 boxes.
Oh, probably at least 100.
Okay. What do you want? What do you want for 20 boxes?
Oh, give me a second here. I'd have to figure out the best way to ship it, but I've been selling them to some of my YouTube subscribers, and I've been doing like 25 a box. And
25
then
per box of 100.
Yep. And then we figure out a deal on the shipping because on certain orders it's kind of iffy, but on certain orders I'll ship them all together in one box and take them out of the boxes. But on this last shipment, I had to ship 3 individual shipments because the box would have cost like $200 to ship through UPS.
Are you charging $25 for every size box across the board?
No.
Okay.
So basically what I do is this 25 and then we will work out a deal for shipping is what I've been doing.
No, I'm saying like, let's see, so these are 9.5 by 11.75, but is that the only size that you have?
No. I got a 5 by 7.5, and this is a weather mailer. This is the
Can
air
you show
jacket.
me one of them really quick?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hold on, give me a second.
Yeah. Trying to give you money.
Wheeling and dealing.
Let's make a deal, Jabba.
That's fast.
So this is the biggest one, the 9.5 by 11.375, and it's just about perfect for a shirt. I've actually shipped out some like thicker sweaters in this one too. Pretty decent. It's all self seal. It's just like exactly like the eBay brand and stuff, but just without branding. Then I got the exact same one, but it's a 5 by 7.5, and they come in cases of 500.
Okay. And
then I have been doing about 35 a box on those.
See, that makes sense to me.
Right.
5 for 100 is a little bit high for me. I'm just going to be honest, but I'm willing to, like, if you want to make a deal, I need to get packing supplies at a very good price, and I'm willing to buy a lot of them. So
yeah, and I'm always pretty like those. These are just rough numbers, and that's usually what I'm selling.
And I want you to make money too. But
when someone comes across and they're like, I want 1 box, then I'll usually do like just depending on how much they order. But this last order I sent out was like over 900 mailers, and
I mean I would buy if you could do 25 on the 5 by 7.5s, I would get 3 boxes, which would be 1,500 mailers. I would love that. And then on the 9.5 by 11.75 is like a size I use all the time.
Oh yeah. And that's a pretty common size too. And then I have a 6.5 by 9.
6.5 by 9
are cases of about 250.
Okay, cases of 250.
And that's the weatherproof too. Still the weatherproof. And then I have a 4 by 8 craft yellow bubble mailer, and it's self-sealed, but it's the yellow craft envelopes.
That's okay. How many are in each case of those?
500.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Hold on a second.
And they're all made in the USA, and they're made by a company called it's actual air jacket, and it's called Pack Worldwide. So they're pretty good quality, yeah. But it's actually branded by Air Jacket.
Okay. So the biggest one you have is the 9.5 by 0.75?
Yeah, and that's measured. That's measured from the outside. So
Okay.
you're gonna lose a little bit. If you measure on inside.
That's a great size for me. Okay, so let's see. Let me write. I want to write an order for you and see if you want to take it.
Definitely. Hey, I'm always open.
This is an episode of Let's Make a Deal.
You know what? This is how the world works.
It's
like
business.
all of us make deals every single day. Why not make one live on the internet?
I love
Shane,
it.
don't forget my cut, Shane.
Oh, your cut? Oh shit, Krillin, come on!
Don't forget.
Your cut? Yeah, he's gonna get a knife and make you bleed into his plants.
Already feel the knife stabbing into me right now.
All right, 4 by
That's a big knife, man.
500. I don't want
It's a wine opener.
Oh, it looked like a switchblade or something.
And then so we have the 6.5s, the 4.8s.
Yeah, 6.5, 4.8, 6 by 9. They're a little bigger in 6 by 9. They're like I think a 6.5 by 9. I think.
And the 6.9s have 250.
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, and then the 5.75 craft.
Mm-hmm. 5 it's a
5 times 7.5 craft.
Hold on. I think it's a 4x8.
Okay.
Craft.
Okay. That's still good. I mean,
yeah.
It doesn't for me. It doesn't have to be exact. It just needs to hit a size class.
Yeah.
And all of these. Okay, the 4. No, because
4x8. 4x8. 4x8.
4x8 is 500, and it's craft.
Yep. It's the craft yellow, padded, still padded.
Okay,
but
got it. So the 6.9, there's 250. The 4x8, there's 500. The 9.1175, there's 100. And I feel like I'm missing the
5 by 7.5, and that's 500.
5 point, but it's poly.
Yeah, it's poly weather mailer. It's like the white weather mailer material, like this. The bigger one I showed you.
Okay.
All of them are like that, but the yellow craft, and that's just like the yellow craft padded envelopes.
All right. You can ship them slow. You can ship them FedEx. You can ship them in. You're just shipping them in the boxes that they're in, right?
For the most part, sometimes I will. It just depends on this last order. I could not ship. So I have really, really big boxes, and I've been shipping a lot out in those where I'll put like 1,000 or more in one box.
Dude, just tape like four together and 4 together and 2 together, and just ship them FedEx to me. Seriously, I'm not kidding. Like I do not care how they're shipped.
Yeah,
I can even help you devise a way to ship them.
Definitely. You can just, especially if you have a discount, you can just give him FedEx info, and then it will just automatically charge you because.
I have a FedEx account.
Especially if you have a deep discount. I don't know if you're set up with them. I have like a pretty good discount on my account, so I like keeping mine.
I mean, one of the best ways to do this kind of thing is you buy something from somebody on eBay.
Yep.
Oh, I shouldn't say that. Never mind.
Private message.
But, yeah. DM.
Slide into those DMs.
Believe it or not, freaking
Corey,
Macari.
do not commit fraud via the post office.
No, Mercari. That's a good point about Mercari.
Pay for shipping. I was going to say.
Macari has some badass shipping. They have some really awesome shipping.
I'm about to get into.
And they don't take Mercari. A huge cut either.
No, not at all.
Okay, 19. So 4 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. 16. It's 16 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay. It's 13 boxes. 4, 3, 3, 3. Okay. That's good. Would you do?
All right.
4 boxes of 9.5 by 11.75, 3 boxes of craft, 3 boxes of 6 by 9, and 3 boxes of 5.75 for 200 plus shipping.
Oh yeah, I'll do that with 200 with shipping. Yeah, definitely.
Yep. All right, cool.
You can hit me up. I have Instagram, or you can.
Let me follow you on Instagram right now. And we'll get your info.
Yeah, same.
Get my info from there. I can shoot you my email.
Dude,
whatnot.
Also, like every reseller wants to buy some of these, most likely if they're at a great price. I promise you. So like,
oh no, and I priced them pretty decent too, and I even priced them up. So I priced them up on eBay, and I've been selling, not a lot, but I'll run like sales on them, and I'll sell like a box for $58, and I'm like, if I sell one box here and there, and then I cut some people a really good deal, it's really kind of. I mean, I'm into this whole order for $500.
I know, and I'm about to give you 200 of it.
Yeah, right.
And it's actually gonna save me 500 probably.
Well, and it's gonna save me money because I'm selling it quicker to get it out of a storage unit I'm paying for as well.
Cool. Let's see. You are Rise and Grind, right? Rise and Grind. Picker. There you are. Follow. I'm about to slide into your DMs.
I don't even know what that means. I've heard that before.
I just sent you a message on Instagram.
Awesome, I got it.
I mean, it's straight up slide. I just slid into your DM.
Ooh.
He's like, hey, baby.
I did. I said, hey, sexy, actually.
And that's what this show is about. People loving people.
Rob, it's okay if you get jealous. It's all right, man.
Who's jealous?
He called me sexy.
I'm gonna let you manage the shipping on it, but like I said, you can like tape 4 boxes together. I don't care. Ship it as cheaply as possible.
Yeah,
FedEx will allow you to like tape the boxes together.
Oh yeah.
So that way there's not an initial thing. But when you're ready to go and you have the I can send you $200 now. If you want to do it in 2 transactions, we can, or I'd rather do it in a single transaction. But
yeah, we can do it in a single. What I'll do is I'll DM you and I'll just get all your shipping info, and then I'll just kind of
I just DM'd you my you can send me the invoice on PayPal, and I'll literally instantly pay it.
Yep, that works. Yep, and I'll just figure out the shipping and whatnot, and then I'll just lump it in. What I've been doing is I'll lump it into one invoice, and I'll have a breakdown of each quantity and each size. Awesome. And it's a full invoice breakdown. So,
do you see that? You see what we just did? Shane came on the show, and we just wrote him in order right on the show. I know it's.
I was saying, Shane, get on the damn show.
I know, right? I know. Rob said it.
You don't have to be up in the morning to go to work. We stay up late over here.
And then just send me just a breakdown of what you want, so I have it.
Yeah, I didn't.
So I don't forget. So I have it electronically.
Write that shit down, man. I just wrote you the order. You gonna write that shit down?
I wrote
Get
down
that invoice, Shane. Come on, bro.
The quantities, but I just didn't write down the size.
What are you doing, man? Come on, you gotta want that.
Rob was distracting me. Of course.
Rob was distracted. Yeah, sure. Thank you for the deal. I appreciate that.
Hey, no problem, man. No problem.
I'm constantly running out of these things, and I'm like, I'm just gonna order a shitload, and then John's gonna have like a packaging boner.
A packaging boner.
Dude loves
we need to just
packaging.
go in and like order from China directly and get like 10 million polymailers.
Oh, I know.
I don't want to do that though.
Depending on it, but I wonder how long it would take.
I like that these are made in the United States. That's why I'm buying them from you.
Yeah, they're made in the USA and they're pretty good quality. I mean, to be honest, I'm using one box of the 11 of the bigger ones, and I'm actually pretty impressed with the quality. Because the funny thing is I'm almost positive they even those they're not air jackets, but they're just a regular poly and the eBay branded envelopes. They actually weigh less than those, and those don't weigh that much.
No.
Where did you get these at? Did you buy them locally?
So, yes, I did. So, funny thing was, I had a YouTube subscriber contact me, and he's like, I have a huge deal.
I love that. So
I have a huge deal and I don't have the way to move them or basically the means to do it. And I'm like, okay. And I said, how many boxes do you think it is? And he's like, maybe 100. So what it was this real estate agent had sold this $450,000 house, and the people ran a cleaning business out of the basement where they sold stuff on Amazon, and they had all of these bubble mailers stacked from the floor to the ceiling in the entire basement. And so it took me 2 trips with a 20-foot U-Haul to get it all. So I have it stacked pretty much floor to ceiling in a probably, I would say, a 12 by 19 storage unit. And it's completely full.
Well, I have a way to distribute it. I could sell every single bit of it probably within a couple of days for like, but I mean, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I probably would have sold more. Like I've sold quite a bit, but I would have sold more, but it took me like a week to get them listed.
Why don't you put that shit? You don't have it on Amazon? Are you crazy in the head?
Not yet. I will probably by the end of the week. And then also I'm going to break them down on eBay. There were some boxes that were damaged and I took those out and I'm going to break them down and sell them in 10s, 20s, and 50s. And
I could probably literally in 10 minutes help you sell every single one of those in a week.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm just telling you. I already know it.
If you post about it on Instagram, I mean, I would gladly share that also because people in the community, this is what we need every single day.
Yeah,
I mean,
great.
Right next to me, what did I just order off of Amazon? Is mailers.
Yeah.
Like,
and I actually have only sold a couple boxes on eBay and like one on Mercari. All of my sales have been YouTube subscribers.
And Instagram would do just as well. I mean, people would want them. And the pricing is good. So
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I pay way more for mine, but I buy the cute ones because I'm a sucker.
Well, you the entire lot of them. You said if you could sell the entire very moment and not have to worry about really shipping it at all.
What'd you say?
If you could sell all of it at this very moment, like right now, what would you sell it for? And then somebody, you didn't even have to ship it. Somebody would just come and pick it up.
I would probably do that depending on the price, to be honest.
Tell me what you would sell everything for.
Whew. That is kind of putting me on the spot a little bit.
Come on, man. I'm serious. Like I'm
serious too.
I don't joke around.
I don't either.
I joke around a lot actually, but
I would have to take an inventory on how many boxes I got. But I would say, I mean,
give me a rough estimate of the box number and what you would want for all of it.
I would say the rough estimate on the box number would be pretty close to. It's either going to be pushing about anywhere from about 240 to 300.
Okay. So let's call it 250. Can we call it 250?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is it palletized or is it just boxes?
No, it's not palletized. It's just boxes. So basically what I did was I hired a couple people. I actually had less than 24 hours to do this deal too. So I hired two people.
I love it.
U-Haul overnight.
I like Rise and Grind Picker. You're always welcome here.
Awesome. Thanks, man. I mean,
by the way, we're politically correct. We call it undocumented. All right. Let's get it right.
I would say rough estimate, because I would say that probably those 11 by the 100 boxes of the bigger ones, those are like the less of it. So I have a lot of those, but the rest of them, there's a lot of like the 500 cases and the 250 cases.
Yeah, those are great. So and you have roughly 250 cases.
Yeah. But I mean like the ones with the bigger ones with the boxes of 100. I have less of those and more of everything else with the boxes of like 250 and 500. I would say like that's probably about 45 to 50% is the boxes of 100. The rest are the other ones. I would say, I mean, rough estimate, and I'll go off retail numbers on this. Retail numbers, which I would do way better than retail. I kind of figured out the retail numbers is probably anywhere from about $8 to $9 grand.
8 to 9K.
That's retail. That's retail.
Yeah, but retail should be high. The highest price
Right.
is the retail price.
Right. And so for me, I would probably, if I could unload it right now, I would take probably 4 to 5. And I might even do a little better than that.
See, like somebody locally so let's say I bought them from you. And I paid you half of retail, which would be $4,000. Okay, let's say I just paid you that number, and I still think that would be I wouldn't pay that much.
Yeah,
because, and this is the reason why. Like, I would actually come there because there's so much profit involved.
Right.
I would come there, process everything, palletize it, and put it on a truck to Amazon. And then give you the key back to your thing. I would roll up with my laptop.
Where is he?
He's in Chicago.
Illinois. Well, near Chicago, about 2 hours south of Chicago. So have you ever heard of Champaign, Illinois? University of Illinois Fighting Illini. I live about 20 minutes from there.
Yeah. So somebody would have to, in order to buy it all, somebody would have to come down there.
Right.
And route it to the proper Amazon warehouse.
Right. And so, like, for me,
that's exactly what I would do.
Oh, yeah. And that's what a lot of people would do. And I think, I don't know if I'm going to go that route. I might. Like, I've been really contemplating it because I've only really had them for about less than a month.
Yeah.
So,
do you know? So, what's the brand again?
It's actually, they're branded by Air Jacket, but they're actually they're called Pack Worldwide, and they have 2 brands. It's the Air Jacket brand, but it's Pack Worldwide.
Okay.
And there is not a single one on Amazon, I don't think.
Polyair X Pack.
Yep.
USA side. Oh, the colored ones go for a shitload of money.
That's what I mean. I've been selling them on eBay for like.
They're not colored though. The colored ones go for crazy money.
Yeah, the colored ones go for crazy money. But the 5, like even like the craft bubble ones in the packs of 500, I've sold several of those for like $58.99. This right out of the gate on eBay.
Yeah, somebody was waiting for an alert. Maybe they saw it. They ordered them.
Yep.
God, these purple ones are awesome. So, okay. So, let me take a look. Okay, so
the colored ones go for crazy money, though.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts. A box of 100 silver poly mailers on Amazon sells for $100.
Yep.
Plus.
And that's why I jumped on this deal so fast. Because I'm thinking retail, it's if I would sell it all. Retail, or even about
I could have turned you could turn $500
$10,000 or more.
Yeah,
potentially.
It's a lot. You got to do the work and be able to.
It's a lot of cake. It's a lot of cake. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the locker, you're paying for the locker too.
Well, but see, I'm only paying $90 a month for that.
I mean, $90.
$90 for a 12 by 19.
You could have rented that whole store for $90 a month. Why are you renting a locker?
Well,
so I'm actually interested in doing a deal on the whole thing. I'm actually really interested, and when I'm really interested, that's a good thing.
Definitely, yeah.
When does your storage unit, like, when does it turn over to have to pay another month?
It's first of the month every month.
Okay. Sometimes they're offset, so
yeah. It's usually the first of the month. I have an offset of 10 days, so I have to have it paid by the 10th. By the 10th.
Yeah, but you need to cancel 30 days in advance or something.
Yep.
You got it. Okay. All right, let me see here. I'm doing a little bit of research.
Because I can tell you right now, when I did my research, I did a lot of research before I did this deal because I didn't want to dive into it $500 because I actually paid $150 for everything, but it took me the other 400 and some to actually get to hire the crew, the U-Hauls, and
everything. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you're taking into account. You bought all that shit for $150 clear.
$150 clear.
You're a sick,
150 clear.
you're a sick man. I respect that.
I am a very sick man.
You're like,
Yeah, the 500 wasn't counting the workers.
no, it is.
That wasn't counting the workers.
It's counting the workers. I did 2 U-Hauls in 2 days because here's the deal. The guy that told me about it that forwarded me down to the real estate agent, he said it was 100 boxes. I showed up with a 10-foot U-Haul and got about 5% of it. And I'm like, shit. So I had to extend it out. I had to extend it out to the next day and go rent a 20-foot U-Haul and go back and make 2 trips.
That's fucking crazy.
100 boxes couldn't take it?
A 10-foot U-Haul could only take about 10%.
So this is the strategy. This is seriously like I'm speaking in a real fashion.
Mm-hmm.
You need to figure out if there's a generic SKU or if there's a SKU for that product.
There's a SKU for the boxes, but there's not a SKU on Amazon. I already scanned them, and there's no SKU.
Just because you scanned it doesn't mean that there isn't a SKU.
Gotcha.
So you need to get a little bit creative sometimes on Amazon, but there's going to be things in the category that are similar.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the real strategy is to send over like 2 pallets or whatever, a pallet, and price it relatively inexpensively, like 25% below market, blast them out so it drives the sales rank up, and just pack the warehouse full of them.
Right. Because that's how you move them pretty quick. And I've dabbled in Amazon, but I've never done it super hardcore. I've just dabbled in it a little bit.
I've been selling on Amazon since like 2000. It's either 2007 or 2010. Like it's been a long fucking time.
And for me, I think a lot of people, they're either really good at Amazon or really good at eBay or pretty good at both. Like it's kind of because for me, I started out on eBay and I dabbled in Amazon and I still do a little bit, but I'm just not like Amazon is not really like the platform for me, but I feel like I'm going to learn more about it and probably try to drive more business there, but it's just going to take a little longer.
Yeah. Having an established Amazon account is great. So I think, let's say you had, say you have 250 bucks.
And that's a rough estimate. I mean, it's probably fairly close.
Yeah,
let's put it like this. The first row in the unit, I did inventory on the first row and counted half of it, and it was 78 boxes.
Yeah.
And there's 3 rows.
Poly, so I can buy 500 4x8 non-craft weatherproofs for $39.99. Not prime.
Right.
So there's also a 20-pack of premium white poly bubble mailers, and you can actually adjust these SKUs. So you can make this like a USA SKU. You can hijack other people's SKUs on eBay. In weird ways. But so if nobody's using it and there isn't an inventory, you can take a SKU and actually kind of convert it if it's generic.
Nice.
So this is 9.5 by. So a similar one is 20 for $16. So you break this down into, or not $16, so 20 for $16. So let's do 12, so 13 times 5, 60, 13 times 5, so that's 65 times 100 times 0.35. So, yeah, you're looking at that's a lot of this is a very good deal.
Yeah,
you could drive 8. You can drive 8 in profit off of it right now.
Oh yeah,
it's not gonna be overnight though.
No, it's gonna be you're gonna sit on it for a little while. My plan on selling them was to sell them by probably fall.
eBay is not the best marketplace for that product.
No, and I already know that because I haven't sold that much on eBay. And Mercari is not great, but I have them on there just to cross post them.
People go on Amazon to instantly click a button and get their shit in 2 days.
Yep.
Be in that deal. And, you know,
Yeah.
if you can create new SKUs.
Yeah.
So you just you create a product on Amazon, and like
Mm-hmm.
since they're made in the USA, it's really good. I mean, people
Yeah.
love USA made products on Amazon apparently. So you can use that as a selling point and have just either the same. If you have the same price of an American product as a Chinese product,
Right.
you can have the same price.
Oh yeah.
And blast them because people are going to
Yeah.
make that buying decision almost every time.
Well, and I'm so less into the deal that I can undercut Chinese sellers at this point.
Oh yeah, you can undercut any seller, but you don't need
Yeah.
to. You can actually be on par and then create less than not undercutting, but
Right.
create a product choice that just has more value based on a similar price.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
people aren't going to buy the most expensive product as often just because it's made in the USA, but if it's the same price point, they will definitely buy it.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So that is a huge advantage.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you'll when you have time, is it like will you have time tomorrow maybe? No.
To take a full inventory?
No, to send me my order.
Oh, yeah. No, I was like, yeah. Oh, yeah, I should have time tomorrow.
If not, like, don't stress on it. But
yeah, I should have time tomorrow. What I can do is I actually will in the morning. I'm actually off work, so I can go pull them from the storage bin. Because I have a few boxes here, but I don't have enough, so I actually have to go to the storage bin and pull them, and then I will prep them up and I'll shoot you a DM before I send you an invoice, just going over everything, and if it's cool, then I'll send you the invoice.
Yeah.
Just to tell you the shipping, and then if you think of any cheaper ways to ship, and we can talk about that, then I'll do it. Because I have a FedEx account, I have a UPS account, but I don't get that deep of a discount. My discounts aren't super huge. So.
Well, we'll get I got a 35% discount, I think.
Yeah.
So we'll work that out. What time is it, folks? Oh, it's midnight. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, it's late.
All right, kids. Lovely to see all of you. Thanks, everybody in the old chat. Shane, thanks for jumping in. Rob, thanks for being quiet for 10 minutes finally.
That's the first time I've ever seen him.
Shane, when you going live? Tell them when you going live.
I don't know yet. I've been putting out a lot of videos that's more like content and value driven, but not live. But I might go live again, like maybe like sometime this week, upcoming week.
Cool. I'm gonna subscribe to your channel.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Awesome, man. Well, it's good to meet you, and we'll be in touch.
You too, for sure.
Peace.
Peace out.